Manufacturing process of cigarette. The most important component of cigarette is tobacco, which grows into two varieties, the cultivated tobacco and the wild tobacco. The first process in manufacturing cigarette is, of course, growing of tobacco. Tobacco is initially grown in outer frames called seedbeds. In warm regions, the frames are covered with mulch or a cotton top sheet. In cooler regions, glass or plastic shields are installed to protect the plants. Sowing is the process of planting seeds. In sowing, generally little soil is placed over the seeds. Sowing can be hand sowing or planting, in which handfuls of seeds are cast over the prepared ground. After 8 to 10 weeks, when the seedlings are almost 10 inches or 25 centimeters tall, they are transplanted to the fields. Although transplanting machines are available, the vast majority of the world's tobacco plants are still planted manually. Next is for the grown seed to experience photosynthesis, in which the sunlight is the source and uses the water and carbon dioxide to produce oxygen and glucose. It is necessary for the tobacco to mature. The next process is harvesting the tobacco. Tobacco plants are harvested by one of two methods, priming or stalk cutting. In the priming method, the leaves are gathered and brought to the curing balm as they ripen. In stalk cutting method, the entire plant is cut and the plants are allowed to cigarette wilt in the field before being taken to the curing balm. The next process is curing. Next, the leaves are carefully gradually dried in a specially constructed barn by air curing and fire curing. Air curing uses natural weather conditions to dry tobacco. Stalks are hung in a barn with ventilators that can be opened and closed to control temperature and humidity. Artificial heat is used only during cold or excessively humid weather. The stalks are hung for 4 to 8 weeks. Fire curing dries tobacco with low burning wood fires whose smoke comes in direct contact with the leaves, thus producing a smoky flavor and aroma. The tobacco is allowed to dry naturally in the barn for 3 to 5 days after it is fire dried for 3 to 40 days. The emission from this process is carbon monoxide and oxide of nitrogen, and the solid waste are the wood ashes. The next process is stripping, conditioning, and aging. Unless humid weather conditions eliminate the need, the brittle cured tobacco leaves must be conditioned in moistening chambers so they do not break when they are handled. After moistening, the tobacco is stripped. During this process, the leaves are sprayed with additional moisture as a precaution against cracking or breaking. After the leaves are moistened and stripped, they are sorted into grades based on size, colors, and quality, and tied in bundles for shipment. The farmers then bring the tobacco to a warehouse where it is placed in baskets, weight graded once again by government inspector, and finally auctioned to the cigarette manufacturer. After they have purchased and transported the materials to their factories, manufacturers treat and age the tobacco to enhance its flavor. First, the manufacturer re-dries the tobacco. This involves completely drying the leaves by air and then adding a uniform amount of moisture, packed in barrels called hogsheath. The tobacco is then aged for 1 to 3 years, during which period it develops its flavor and aroma. After it is aged, the tobacco leaves are again moistened and stalked and their waste removes. Leaves from different types of tobacco are mixed to create a particular flavor and blending. After blending, the tobacco leaves are pressed into cakes and mechanically shredded. Materials such as fruit juices or menthol are added to give additional flavor to the final shredded tobacco. Is then dispersed over a continuous roll of cigarette paper. A machine rolls the shredded tobacco into paper and cuts it to the desired length. A device then grabs each cigarette and passes in a filter in one end. Modern cigarette machines can produce 25 to 30 cigarettes a second. Next is for the cigarette to pass the quality control. They remove the defective cigarette so they can ensure the quality of their product. And the last process or the final stage of cigarette manufacture is the packaging. The completed cigarettes are packed 20 to 8 package. The hard or soft packs are mechanically sealed in cellophane and hand placed in cartons.